Something happened today that was like so beautifully touching, and I just felt like I had to share it. That might be waterworks, but I want to share it in case this will help somebody who's reopening trauma. So, some of you might know I am a life coach, a love coach, and my husband and I have been helping people find their partners. We certified people in love coaching. And so I decided I needed to get a trauma healing certification program so that I could handle my clients' traumas. And in week number 2 already, I started to realize that I too have trauma that I didn't know about. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's like it doesn't matter if I find out what it was as a kid, or if it's nothing. It was something that was following me like for so long. And I've been living in a lot of fear my whole life, like a lot of fear, like a little girl that's scared. And this has infringed upon my development, my social development, and I've had to work so hard. And what I found out in this program is that I've been pushing from a place of a wound versus feeling fully resilient and healed. But anyways, what happened today, well, what happened yesterday is basically something happened in my life that it really brought up my worst fears, like some things I don't want to talk about, but like really intense fear, like real stuff that could be happening in my life, in our lives. And I didn't want to worry my husband about it because it was like, I don't want to freak him out. I'll just bear this myself. Like, he doesn't need to know about this. And probably it's an early childhood wound that, I don't want to worry people. I don't want to worry. I'm told not to tell. And so I'm a good girl and I'm going to keep it to myself and just be not harming anybody else, worrying anybody else. And today, Jack is like asking me a question, and I couldn't even hear him because I've been in my trauma and I was in a freeze state. And he was like, babe, what's wrong with you? He's like, you ignore me sometimes and it's a trauma response. You know that, like, what's going on? And I was like, well, I didn't want to worry you because I just don't think it would be helpful. And he's like, well, what? Tell me, He's like, I'm here for you. Tell me. And I explained the situation, and I was like, this is like so scary for me. It's like, life threat kind of level fear. And he's like, I'm not scared of that. Like, I got you. Don't even worry about this. And he like held me in his arms. He gave me his perspective, and like my whole body was just like, oh my God, it's gonna be okay. And I've been doing the work. I've been healing inside. This is interoception, where we feel inside. And exteroception is where we sense the outside, and listening and feeling intuitively my partner's energy outside of me being like, it's okay. It was like feeling like God standing in front of me, like confirming, no, babe, I've got you. And to me, that is what a sacred union is. And this could be a friend, this could be a counselor, this could be a family member, someone in your life that's consistently there. And I just think about the people that don't have what I have because of trauma. They don't feel good enough to reach out. They don't feel good enough, lovable enough, safe enough to have these conversations. I almost didn't share it with my partner. How often do we live alone under the same roof, sleep in the same bed, and live in isolation? Since sharing this place in my soul, there's something I want right now, and it's just to be cuddled and held. And it's like I got to look him in the eyes and say thank you. Like, I really feel seen by this man, and now I fully see him. We're to that next level. And he said, thank you for acknowledging me. Like, wow, that's something that I've always wanted. And I held his hands, I kissed him, my full body was present to him. And that's including this part of me that has never wanted to feel so freaking vulnerable and scared. Not even in front of my own family. And he witnessed me and he's like, it's totally fine. I got you. I'm here. You don't scare me. This doesn't scare me. In fact, he started talking about like his meditation and how he's like got these downloads and visions and like all this stuff. It just felt so comforting. So don't stay alone if you have stuff going on. Reach in first. Like, I've been doing this trauma healing certification program. I feel like I'm thawing thousands of years of past pain, and it's so gentle in the way that I'm learning how to do it. And I'm excited to share this with people who are ready to like remember who they are. And the word remember isn't just like remember the past, but also member, to put back together, to re-put back together. Because I have been walking around on some level with a fragmented self, with dissociation, with fight, flight, or freeze. For me, mainly freeze and flight. And nobody deserves to live in that level of fear and suffering. And if I'm here doing it, and I've been doing personal development on myself for basically from childbirth, and on others, I've been doing it in this industry for 20 years. Probably a lot of other people out there are suffering and not even knowing why. That's why if we are life coaches or even therapists, it's important for us to heal our own traumas and to learn about trauma healing. Even business coaches, even teachers, doctors, lawyers, like let's heal our own trauma. I didn't even really know what trauma was until my husband started to study it and take courses on it. He's like, you need to heal your trauma. You got some trauma. I was like, no, I don't. I don't want to hear that. Like, how dare you say I have trauma? I didn't really have that much go on. I mean, I had bad falls, physical pain, finger cut off, some emotional stuff, but nothing like, I don't have anything. Now I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Trauma isn't a bad word. It's not a bad thing. It's literally just a part of ourself that hasn't learned to trust yet, because it was heartbroken or lied to or confused, and we didn't have the trust that we needed to feel safe in the world, and that blocked us from coping and being fully present in our biology, which is our soma. So I'm super grateful for the opportunity to not only take a trauma healing certification program, but also to be in a partnership where it's safe. And we've done the groundwork, which is the work that we've done for ourselves for years and we've helped clients do, to have that safe container, a relationship safe container. And now it's safe, step by step, to feel new layers that might not be super easy, but I feel like there's so much more room now. All right, thank you for letting me share. Peace.